ones here? Because there's more to consider than just that, really.
There is, yes. British Gas says this price cut will reduce a bill by an average of 37 quid a year. That's for those customers on standard variable and capped tariffs, not those on fixed deals. So almost 7 million people will benefit from this. But the cut doesn't come into force until the end of next month. Now, you'll remember when E.ON announced a smaller price cut last week, it was introduced straight away. Well, consumer groups are saying that bills should be going down by much more than they are because wholesale gas prices are down by more than a quarter over the past year. British Gas, though, here's Christine McGurty from there. She says they're cutting as quickly as they can.
We know that people want to see their bills down, prices down. We've been watching the market really closely. We wanted to keep our pricing competitive, and this cut of 5%, £37 off the average bill, that's us doing as much as we could, and we are passing on the savings that we expect to see through 2015. We wanted our customers to see the benefit.
Well, let's talk to Tom Greatrex, Labour's Shadow Energy Minister. Hello. How much do you think bills should be cut by then?
Well, we'll be aware that over the last 12 months, over a sustained period, not just a very short-term blip, we've seen the wholesale price of gas reduced by at least 20%. So a 5% reduction, not applying until the end of February as I understand it, and only for some of their customers, may be a small help to some of those customers, but it isn't anywhere near good enough. What we need is to ensure that when wholesale costs go up, as they do, your bill, my bill, everybody else's bills go up, when the same thing happens in the other direction, when the wholesale cost comes down, that those are properly passed on to the consumer. And that's why we had a vote last week in Parliament, pushed a vote for the regulators to have the power to make sure that happens if the companies don't do it themselves. And what we've seen over the last period is that the companies seem to be reluctant to do that when they should be doing that if they really are concerned about their customers at a time when very many people are still struggling with the cost of living crisis.
Now, as you know, energy companies buy gas in advance at a fixed price, so they can't necessarily pass on market price falls straight away, can they?
But I wasn't suggesting you would do it on a day-by-day basis. Look, Ofgem, who have access to market information, and they look at the spot market as well as the forward markets, so buying not just the price
that's gas available immediately, but also a fixed term over a period of time.
And over the last 12 months, or slightly more than the last 12 months, they assess that the profit margin for the retail part of these companies, and obviously their generators as well, has gone up from 4% to 8% during that period of time. That's the profit margin just on the retail part of the business. So there is a considerable margin being built in and increased here from the companies. I don't think that's fair or right. I think that when wholesale costs come down, that should be something which the consumer benefits from, in the same way that when the wholesale costs go up, very quickly your bills, my bills, everybody else's bills go up as well. I don't think that's fair or right and justifiable, and I think the regulators should have the power to step in to ensure that that happens if the companies don't do it themselves.
OK, thank you very much. That was Tom Greatrex there, Labour's Shadow Energy Minister. One bit of news that